Hello. Well, this month on the Scenthusiasm on the Patreon, we're talking about.
So we should go on Patreon and search for Scenthusiasm.
It's like enthusiasm, but it starts with
Yeah,
Scenthusiasm.
the word that pops up at the beginning of this video.
Thank you for doing that.
Right there.
Yeah, that. We cover a different topic every month, which is why we cover a different topic every month, and other things which pop into our little heads.
And also, for those in the higher tiers, they get 4 perfumes a year. Is that right?
Yeah, yes. The people who join the presents tier, they get sent perfumes, and other people can just get sent the formulas so they can make them.
Yeah.
And some people can do both, so that if they want to make them themselves and just check that it's exactly the same, then they can. And there's a special private Facebook group for if you're one of the makers.
There we go.
So, yeah. I know not everybody likes Facebook, but some people joined us to be part of this.
Yeah.
So
what's this month?
Well, we're talking about coconut and figs. Exactly. Which is why I wanted to find my Jean-Claude Ellena book, because Jean-Claude Ellena has got these little haiku. They're not formulas, they're very short list of materials which will evoke a certain note, a certain aroma. So he's not saying if you want to make the smell of fig, you should take 92 different materials and make exactly a fig smell. He's saying if within a fragrance you want people to go, oh, do I smell figs? Greens, and just fig leaf more like snapped off the branch. You do that with a couple of materials. That's all. Because you know I like a short formula.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will just I'm going to put this on the thing. Empty. Why do people put empty things back anywhere, Arthur?
Like in the fridge.
The fridge. The empty butter dish back in the fridge. That's the best one, isn't it? The empty milk bottle back in the fridge. What is that about?
Yeah, I don't understand it myself.
Just hide it for somebody else to pick up later and do it and pretend it wasn't you. But if there's only 2 of you living in a house,
yes.
You know who did it.
Yes.
Okay, this one.
Thank you.
Now, something very interesting happened 2 weeks ago in Wales when we were running a workshop on a pirate ship. And it wasn't just this one man who makes chocolate for a living, I'm very pleased to meet, but others smelt this and went, oh, gorse.
Gorse?
Gorse. The plant.
As in the shrub?
The shrub, the prickly shrub with little yellow flowers that I just photographed, actually, because it was just coming out in the park last week.
Okay.
And you know what happens if one person says that? Everybody else goes, oh yes.
I know what this is, of course.
Of course. Sorry.
Is it an ingredient? It's not. It's
an
a perfume.
ingredient.
Oh, it's an ingredient.
It's
It's the thing that's in Cracky Caramel Coconut.
It is the thing that's in Cracky Caramel Coconut, and given that the theme of this month is coconut.
Yeah. Is it coconut?
It's I've labelled it coconuts !
But it's not. It's
gamma nonylactone.
That's what I was going to say.
That's exactly what you're going to say. I know. But this is also known as, just to be confusing, C18. Aldehyde C18. Right. This is not an aldehyde. It is a lactone. But we believe that the reason it got named a lactone, coconut aldehyde, it got named that because the chemists who had invented it, or isolated it, decided to try and put the other chemists off the track and send them trying to create an actual aldehyde that smelled like this when it wasn't one, it's a lactone.
Right.
So it is mistakenly called. So there was I going, right, here's the formula for your coconuts, because I've published it.
Yeah.
Here's the coconut formula, and we've put gamma nonylactone in it, also known as nonanoic acid and other things. So, and they said, oh, but are you not putting C18 in it? Because I haven't got any gamma-nonolactone. I'm going like, yes, you have. It's just that somebody's labelled it C18, but I prefer to call it by its real name. So, but it's very creamy because it's a lactone, as in milkiness, and it evokes coconuttiness.
It does.
But particularly for Americans who have, there's lots of coconut flavoured things and coconut scented, well, non-lactone scented body creams and stuff. I don't think the British, particularly in my generation, when coconut was just came in a dried packet, we didn't really get that so much.
It smells quite. There's a certain what's the word? Acridness to it for me.
Oh, okay.
There's a certain like.
It has the slightly beginning to go off butter thing.
It does, ever so slightly.
Yeah, lactones do that sometimes. They go a bit sort of cheesy.
Yeah, it's like ever so slightly bleach.
Oh, right. I was thinking more like if you get the milk out and you sniff it and you're not quite sure if it's going to go blobby on your tea.
No, it's a bit. I don't want to use the word chemically, but I would. but I.
You can.
I will use it. It's a bit chemically to me.
That is interesting. Yeah.
It's like an edge to it. There's a sharp edge that I feel would, like a bit of a nail polish remover type thing.
Ooh. And now I'm going down that route. But as you know, it is in Quaky Coconut Caramel.
It is, yeah.
And that doesn't smell at all like that, because if you use it in a small amount in something which also smells of chocolate and white flowers and caramel, which is what that one does, then it's fine. So, and that's what's that? Rule number 6, I think, which is don't be put off at first sniff, because once it's mixed with other things, it'll blend in. That's what they do. So that you can also use octalactone and heptalactone. This one's got nonolactone, so it's got 9 carbons. Octalactone's got 8. Heptalactone's got 7. But they sort of decrease in coconuttiness as the numbers go down. But if you go up to 10, different.
Decalactone.
Different, yes. So
isn't there a?
Well, we use gamma undecalactone, which has gone into peaches.
Yeah.
So that's peachy. Yeah.
Yes.
It's also creamy peaches. So this is, if you want coconut, this is your man. Also, we do have some coconut CO2 extract. The trouble is, it wouldn't dissolve in anything. We got it to dissolve in audio. I thought it was going to dissolve because we sort of heard it would. And it's quiet you. It dissolved in audio, which was supposed to be this great new thing that dissolves everything, but it as soon as we then put it into the ethanol, pop back out again. So the audio and the ethanol mix nicely, but the coconut CO2 extract just sat on top.
Why doesn't it dissolve?
It's just too fatty.
Right.
Just actually...
So, is that it? It's still unusable?
You could use it in biscuits.
What about in a candle?
Yeah. Yeah. I put it into a room fragrance, actually. I made a coconut coffee room fragrance. I dissolved it in the audio. It was just fine until winter, and it went solid.
Right, okay.
So, sometimes,
So you don't have any here?
Downstairs there's not much point smelling it because we can't do anything with it.
Yeah.
But it's like my new hero, Douglas Collins, perfumer at Goya. That book we were talking about, he just writes about, well, I did this and that was a mistake. I did this, that went wrong. But he openly says, that's the thing, if you never do anything, you're never going to get anything wrong, are you?
Exactly.
So, but now I probably said once upon a time. I'll give you this to smell first, and then you see what you think.
Very green.
It is, isn't it? It's got two names. It's called either Undeckervertol, which is Undecker, that's 11 again. Vertol, it's greeniness, or it's called Figo Vert.
Figo Vert, yes.
Vert being French for green,
Mm-hmm.
or verte if it's a feminine thing.
Mm-hmm.
So Figo Vert is pretty much meant to be the aroma of green figs. This one is at 5% strength.
Mm.
And I used to think I didn't like it, but now I know what it does. I am more fond.
It's very nice.
So that's what I tend to use if I just want to evoke fig.
It's very leafy green rather than grassy green.
Yeah. And what we're talking about, because Fig Absolute exists, it is a perfumery material, but it's banned, and it's been banned ever since there were regulations.
Why? Do you know what
Oh,
it
it's
does?
terrible on skin. It's phototoxic, and it's the sap. You have to be very careful if you're picking figs,
Yeah.
because the sap that comes out,
Yeah.
if you snap it off, that will damage your skin. So,
Really?
did you ever play making the Olympic
So what if you're
rings?
eating? What if you eat figs?
Well, don't eat them when they're very green, and don't eat the stem. I mean, but then again, there are things that you can eat that are absolutely fine that you don't want to put in your skin, like and vice versa. People who say things are food grade, therefore they think they're safe to eat, saying no, don't do that. Like, you
Safe
eat
away,
turmeric, don't put it on your skin.
Yeah.
For a start, you go like carrot colour, and second, you go red. So, yeah.
Okay.
That, but yes. So the natural fig note is not available for use. It's not a good idea. But I was just going to say, did you ever make the Olympic rings on your hand with a dandelion?
No. No.
Okay. So if you snap off a dandelion,
Oh,
the
okay.
stalk,
That's
and
sap.
the sap, and because it's perfectly round, you can make 5 little.
Yeah.
And then you sit for long enough, it's phototoxic. It will in light it will change the colour of your skin.
Right. So it's like a little semi-permanent tattoo.
Yes. But anything that's phototoxic you don't really want to put on your skin, but when we was kids we didn't think
Didn't
about
know.
that.
So, what colour does it go?
It goes brown. Goes dark brown. And that's what the fig sap will do before it then makes it much worse.
That's
So-
cool. I feel like everyone's going to go and do this now, even though we're telling them it's phototoxic.
Yeah.
It's only a little bit though, isn't it?
It's only-
No, don't do this at home.
Yes, it's only like a little bit. It's only like one cigarette. You know,
It's only a bit toxic.
Things that you shouldn't do.
Yeah, don't do that at home.
No. It's still dandelion season a bit, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? I was about to say, have they been and gone?
Still there. I was just going to do a little demo because I just opened it. I didn't squeeze anything. Now scroll back, you find it didn't. But the pipette's still empty. Because again, we had to talk about pipette technique this week. We still had people saying, "Oh, but you can't use those bottles. Why do you use those bottles? Because everything escapes." And it's like, no, it's fine as long as you fill up the pipette, you do what you want to do, and you empty it again before you put the lid back on. And I had not opened this for a month, maybe a lot longer. Didn't tell you what it was.
Ooh.
But I did make my own fig accord once from stemone, fructone and verdox. But I don't find it any more figgy than the Figo Vert, also known as Undeckervertol. It's not Undeckervertol. It's Undecker 11 Vertol. Just to be clear. But this,
I mean, I haven't got a clue what that is.
no. This is by Givaudan and it's called Green Tea Givco.
Ah, okay.
But this is at 1%. It's
Wow.
Yes, it's pretty blinking punchy. If you let it, it will take over. But on the other hand, this I find, if I pass this round a room, when somebody says, "If you've got fig in a workshop," and I give them this, they go, Oh yeah, great, and they use it. Because
Yeah.
this will give a big note. Nick's given a guided tour downstairs to one of our visitors. It's fine. He's always trolling my Zooms by sneezing. That or watching football. But that's okay. We could keep the Nick happy.
Yeah.
So another thing which Jean-Claude Elena says you can do to make green fig smell more like ripe fig is add Oris. Oris Absolute. Except that Oris Absolute is, I don't know if I paid for that, I think I paid. So I bought 5 kilos of that, so it's not too expensive. So if you buy 1 kilo, it's X. If you buy 5 kilos, it's X times 1.5. I mean, it's almost ridiculous. It's not 5 times as much. It's 50% more to get 5 kilos. But these days, I have to say, where am I going to put 5 kilos? Actually, maybe it's better just to buy the one and not worry too much. But we should try it. So, do I wander off and keep talking?
Yeah.
Okay. I go over here for Oris. It's so much easier now, at least it should be, that things are filed in alphabetical order, isn't it? So, O for Oris. Come back to where I was, so I shall put myself back in focus. I know. Right, so first though, come here. Behave. Last week, I was wicked, but not just in a kind of my kind of wicked sort of way, not very. You know, after you hid something, you did your magic trick.
Yeah.
Well, I had some visitors and I hid some more round things on this paper.
Oh, it's good, isn't it?
It is. So this is the test then. That's Oris number 1. And we'll have Oris number 2. And then you can decide which is the Givaudan recreation and which one is the natural. I say you can decide. I mean, obviously, you can't make something be true just because you decide, unless you're the British government. The first one is at 10%, the second one's at 5%, so it will be less strong for me.
First one is synthetic, the second one is natural.
True. I mean, one can partly tell because I can never...
The size of the bottles.
Yeah, that's it. You can. I never put the really expensive ones in big bottles because I haven't got enough.
But it does smell a lot more earthy.
It's funny.
More mulchy.
I get earthiness also. Earthiness from the Givaudan.
Yes, but it's less. It's not mulchy. It's like the other one's quite mulchy.
Yeah.
It's damp soil.
Ooh, it's. I suddenly got sort of hay bales from it.
Oh yeah. It's really, really nice.
So, this is what we need to do. See, I mean, I'm not doing exactly the Jean-Claude Elena thing because that would involve the stamone, of which I have run out. But if we take, I'll have Figue au Vert wafted with Oris.
Okay.
And Figue au Vert wafted. Yeah, wafted with Oris Givaudan. I can do more if you like. What do I have best? I still don't think they smell. They smell like chocolate. I'm not saying it smells like fig.
All of them together. It's quite.
So green tea Givaudan, Figue au Vert, coconuts and 2 Oris. Oh, actually, I think he recommends gamma octolactone and a figure
That is good.
Non-lactone.
All of those together is a fragrance.
Mmm. It is. It's sort of like white chocolate.
Yes, really good.
It's matcha white chocolate.
It is.
Is that the most middle class thing I ever said out loud? Oh.
It is. That's really good. You could launch that.
I think my Teesside cousins would like string me up for saying that. I'm just having. I'm having guilt. Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm gone now. Okay, so we'll make that into a fragrance.
Yeah.
That because I'm still pottering around. Everyone's going, "Where's Formula number 2 this month?" Like, I haven't decided how to finish it yet. So I think we're there.
I think it's a mix of them, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, we're there. Good, I'm going to play with that. So, there's this thing called solar fragrances, which are people and their names, I know. It's not really so much to do with
sun.
Well, it's to do with, I think, suntan lotion and the feeling of being on your holidays.
I feel like I understand. I feel like I understand what a solar fragrance would be.
Yeah.
And I've never heard of one, but I.
Yeah, Estee Lauder brought one out that I think it's Estee Lauder. They used to. Oh, and Guerlain did one as well, which they would bring out every now and again, sort of just specially for summer. And
yeah.
If I were to grab the benzoyl salicylate,
which of course is sun cream.
Yeah, filed under B. I think this would make a good cloud.
On this fragrance?
Yeah.
Oh yes, add some benzoyl salicylate to this.
Because that's the white floral smell, but also it was used in... I meet people now who just say that to me. They write everything down and always put the lid back on. I'm discovering that... Yeah, there you go. And some people can't smell this. I did, yeah.
I love that.
I got someone to smell
much.
it just by saying, like, take the strip away, think of suntan lotion, now do it.
Okay, that's the fragrance.
Okay.
And that is a solar fragrance right there.
Yeah. Yes, it is. So I think we'll use all of them.
Call it.
Put a bit of real Oris in.
Call it Beetlejuice. Oh no, is that is a sun, isn't it? It's not a galaxy.
Is it not a planet?
No, Beetlejuice I think is the sun. I think it's the nearest sun to our solar system that isn't our sun.
Okay.
Have you seen that they're bringing out a new Beetlejuice?
I did not know that. Although I did see him, Michael, in a film last week, in a television series last week.
Yeah, what's his face?
Keaton.
Michael Keaton. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah. I love it when I remember things before the films actually ended. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's going to be the one.